Hello, hello, lovelies. Hello, Happy New Year. This is your weekly dose of light. This is a new series that I'm starting this year to bring you inspiration, of course, light language to activate you, to support you as we move through this journey this year. Each year brings through a different flavor of our journey, requiring us to step up to that next level or become our next self, I should put it that way. Hello, hello, beloveds, and welcome to this week's dose of light. As you know, I have dedicated the beginning of this year to tuning into the collective need and bringing through light language transmission to support you. And each week I bring through a light language, and they are powerful. They're very potent. As I've always been saying, light language is timeless. So even if you go back and you catch one of the early ones, it's life-changing and transforming. So feel free to always do that. But each week, the messages that come with them might vary depending on the energy that we're working with. This week we have the full moon in Virgo coming up. Where are my Virgos at? There's also other things happening that's really amplifying the effect of Mercury. Now, Mercury is the ruling planet for Virgo, and a lot of you have heard about Mercury probably through the retrograde aspect of it. But Mercury is about communication. Mercury is about position. Mercury is about technology, right? There's so much to Mercury that we need to embrace within ourselves, right? So having Virgo going into, the full moon in Virgo, it's going to be interesting. I was thinking one time, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. Like when I look at my birth chart, my astrology birth chart, I'm so grateful for the combination that I came in as. I was looking at my son's birth chart and I was like, ooh, that is beautiful. That's a beautiful being right there, right? And if you haven't yet, if you haven't checked out your birth chart yet, or created one for yourself yet through astrology, go ahead and do that and take a look about all the aspect of who you are. Each of those, we are very familiar with just the sun sign, but there's so much. The sun sign is just the one aspect of ourselves. A lot of people get stuck on that and they think that's all they are. And I know some people read it and like that is not me at all. I don't resonate with it. I'm like, yeah, because that's only one aspect of yourself. Have you looked at your moon? Have you looked at your Mercury, your Mars, your Venus, like Jupiter, Pluto, Neptune? I mean, they all tell us an aspect of ourselves. It's powerful, powerful ancient wisdom. So if you haven't yet, I invite you to do that. Go check out all that you are. And if you really want to dive in deep about who you really are, the different aspects of yourself, I have a course called The Archetypes. Let me know and we can talk more about that. But going back to light language, I wanted to mention, so I've been bringing through light transmission for a while, and I created this offer for those of you who, like who want to receive more of a unique, tailored to you light transmission to support you wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It might be that you're going to take an exam and, you ask for light language transmission to support you, right? I have an offering where you can actually purchase a very low price of $37. You can grab that and tell me where you need the support, and I will tune in and bring through your light language transmission and also any messages that come with that. It has been life-changing. I just did one recently for an amazing client of mine and also a friend of mine. And she was doing it for some, for, the reason was because someone who had wronged her and her family. And with each of the light language that you receive, I call it the light prescription because you receive a prescription with it. It might be that you listen to it for 3 days in a row, or you listen to it for 7 days, twice a day, right? Everyone is different. So whatever that prescription is for you. Um, So for her, the moment I send it to her, she listened to it that first night. And just with that one, she already had a dream where that person came into her dream and apologized to her. And in my mind, I was like, that's it. It all begins in the spirit realm. There's a lot of work that I do where I take my clients into that spirit realm to resolve things because it gets resolved very quickly. Whatever happens in our spirit realm, not just a bigger hole swimming around, ours, right? Whatever happens there is what comes into fruition in the physical life. People don't realize that. It's very powerful. It's a powerful tool that we have. So I use it in my work a lot. So it was no surprise that my client had this dream after she listened to her light prescription the first night. And she has a prescription of 7 days, one a day. Actually, it's like 14 days. Yes, it's 14 days and one a day, like listening to it one a day. So yes, if you're going through something or you need support in, it does not matter what it is. I'm telling you, you go ahead and grab that offer. I'll put the link below. Grab that offer. Tell me what it is that you need support in. And I will ask you some questions if I need clarifications. Most of the time I don't, because when I tune in, what needs to come through will come through. But yeah, go ahead and grab that offer and let me support you. Let me bring through your own unique light language transmission. I know there's so many ways I can do this, like as I'm talking about this, but I wanted to remind you guys that I still have this offer going. So as we're moving through the years, as we're going through the up and downs, don't forget to come back and take advantage of this offer. And as you know, like even just listening to the weekly daily dose of light is divine. And then you add on top of that your own light prescription that is it came through for you and coded to your being. I mean, it's powerful work here. I am grateful that I get to be the channel for this, such a powerful transformative work, language, whatever we want to call it, right? All right, my loves. So this week, I was tuning in. I was like, what is the message here? What is the message here? There's a lot going on. This year is going to be very powerful if you haven't already felt it. I'm still really tuning into that dragon energy. And it's funny because the card that I pulled for this week also has a dragon in there. I feel like all the cards I've pulled this year so far has had the dragon in there. And it's no surprise. We are in the year of the wood dragon. And I talked more about this last week. So if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and watch last week's dose of light. That the dragon energy doesn't play. We're still in a place where we are breaking down what no longer works so that we can build, we can rebuild, we can build what exactly will support us, especially with the Aquarian energy, right? We're really focusing on community, on the whole. It's not about the individual. It's not about what's just going to benefit you. It's about what's going to benefit all of us, about creating communities. So looking at that, and then with the 8 year, bringing through that balance of power, wherever there's an imbalance, it's going to be highlighted. The dragon is going to be over there blowing its magical, magical flames. And whatever needs to go is going to get burned down. It's going to get incinerated. And whatever is left is what's for our highest good as a whole. And this is going on in our own personal lives and also as the bigger collective consciousness, like all of us, right? So this is all year. And even after this, I mean, moving forward, there's just so much that we are, well, what am I looking for? Crumbling down and either building anew or rebuilding. So even in your own personal life, what is ready to go? What is ready to go that you've been holding on to? Tiger clawing, like, no, I'm not ready yet. It's like everything within you says you've outgrown it. It no longer serves you. Let it go. Because until you let it go, whatever it is that wants to come through cannot come to you. Until you let go of whatever it is that you've outgrown, and you've outgrown, because when you try to go there, it doesn't feel good anymore. It doesn't work anymore. You know this. But for some reason, that is your norm. So you're comfortable there and you're being told to move into something new, move into a different direction that will feel so much better. And it's a human thing. We all get scared of what we don't know, right? We are a little bit afraid of the unknown. It's normal. But the difference between those who make it, those who actually are living the life that they came here to live, and everyone else is that they walk through that fear. They move through that fear regardless. So which one are you? Are you going to keep staying in that comfortable container, which I'm telling you, it's not going to feel comfortable because the dragons are going to make it nice and hot for you? Or are you going to take that leap of faith? Not even a leap, take that step of faith and see what opens up for you. As we change, the world changes. And that's why the energy is urging us to go within and do the inner work. Remember at the beginning, I was talking about whatever happens in that spiritual realm is what comes to fruition. That's what plays out in the physical realm. There's a reason why I take my clients to that realm to do and create and, create whatever it is that they want to experience in the physical life there. It's easier. Even the unconscious things that are happening there, they still come to fruition in the physical. So we're being called in, we're being called to come within and be okay with ourselves, to be comfortable with ourselves, to get comfy in our inner world, and to really discover what our inner world is about and holds. What is it that is internal that is creating the external? So with that said, go ahead and close your eyes and drop into your heart. And I want you to ask yourself the question, what do I need this week? What kind of support do I need? How do I want to feel this week? I want you to contemplate on that and just be in your heart. You can place your hand on your heart and begin to breathe within your heart as we now call in your higher self to be fully embodied and present within your heart. As we now open our channel and receive the light of the Divine Father coming down from the heavens through our crown and anchoring into our hearts, before it continues down our body, spreading through every part of our being, out through our feet, and creating these roots of light to anchor this divine light into our physical reality. Take a deep breath in here. And again, we open up our channel, and this time we open up to receive and welcome the delicious green and golden nectar from the Divine Mother's heart, from the earth, coming up through our channel, through our legs. Let it anchor into your heart. Take a deep breath in here. And then let it continue upward, spreading through your entire body, and then let it come out from the top of your head, spewing out like a geyser. And when it spews out, it's moving through the other layers of your body. So we have the mental body, emotional body, and the spiritual body. So it moves out of the physical into the mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. Blessing, purifying, cleansing, revitalizing, regenerating all parts of us. Thank you, Divine Mother, Divine Father. Karamoyetia. Pakareshu no more kia tatara soro moe kia tarea. Doni shitiara karamoyetia nasia. Take a deep breath in here as we begin to receive whatever it is that we need support. Whatever it is. If you know it, great. If you don't, your soul knows, and your higher self will receive exactly what it needs to support you throughout the week. So just stay in your heart, open up your heart to receive, and use your breath to anchor that which you're receiving, the light codes you're receiving. Mayetea soromoeni akare oro oro mekia. Share kia toro soromoe kia. Taras aromoe kia tarea koro shia. Koro mokoria na akarete. Todo shore akia shoro moe naiata. Dara sarakoria makiata saria oro moia. Meshena kai etena soro moia. Kare shoro mokaria soro oro. I'm seeing as I'm bringing through these light codes, as I'm moving through our consciousness and bringing the unconscious to the forefront so we can see whatever it is we need to see. Now, it's not going to move everything to the forefront. Only that which you are ready for at this time will move to the forefront. Kore mekia tata soro moi atina sa ashene ke dena soro moi ni akaria. Toro koro shoro moi kia shoro moi dina sa. Toro soro oya na me hari aro moe kia shoni asae akare no o oro moe tia na kia pare shoro moe tia taras ak are aro moe sia are shoro moe kia shena akia toro soro moro shietia kare koro mush it e nasaria. More Korea, open yourself to receive. Open yourself to receive. That is oro. Will you allow yourself to receive what you need, even if you're aware of it or not? Will you allow yourself to receive what you need to receive through this light transmission? This light transmission that's infused with the goddess codes, with the divine mother's codes and the divine father's codes. And your own divinities codes. Karia shoro moe eke era moria shidiara kara koro moya. Koro moe te nasea akare. Toro moya shidia kare koro. Take a deep breath in here. And out shurugoro shitiare anane kia oye dina kiaro moenia dana saye dina sororo. We now speak these light codes directly into your heart. Enia moria shira ara moya. Pay attention to how your body feels, how your body might be moving. If you need to stretch certain parts of your body, go ahead and do that. I'm really seeing the stretching of the neck and the back. Oro moye nishidaria. I'm also seeing the stretching of the hips, opening of the hips. Ariama. Dono moye diana oro jia. Shene ke tesoro ok area. Tara sa akara ma e ataria tuoro mo e ata. Tara sare koro. Open up to receive the divine blessings coming through at this time, anchoring it on every level of our being. Dara sa akarum onia sid akorum e shirena sia ke aoro moenia makia shoro oro shinia tere seria koro moetia. Open your palms as you place it on your lap and just receive moenia kari shoro moetia. Dara sarakari o shoro. Receive your blessings now. Moria shoro moia shoro. Tara sa are de soro moedia, moria sidi ak arede, moria sara ak aro moedia, ti shidia, dashi aro oria ata sa area, ti dashidia, noro moenia, noro moia dia cario, toro shidia. Take a deep breath in here. Hold at the top and release slowly. One more time. Take a deep breath into your heart and your body. Hold at the top. And release. We now anchor this light transmission on every level of our beings, on every time, space, dimensions, every part of ourselves, every part of our bodies, hearts, minds, physical bodies. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this light transmission, divine guardians, divine Father, divine Mother. Thank you, our own divinity, our higher self, for this light transmission. Thank you, goddesses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. By the power of three, a perfect trinity, it is done. Phew. And here is the card for this week. So I am using the same deck that I used last week, the Dream Codes of Gaia Tarot. And for this week, we received the Three of Air. Such a beautiful card. You see the dragon right there. The key words that go with this card is education, talent, steady, willingness, guides and teachers, comprehension, communication, and perception. And here are some key phrases that come with this card. Expand your mind. Every experience offers a lesson. Education is a lifelong process. Learning aids comprehension. Lessons repeat until we understand. Learning transforms talent into skill. Don't kill the messenger. Ignorance is nothing to be proud of. The Three of Air symbolizes the importance of education and study in helping us to reach our highest potential, and reminds us that education should be taught as a lifelong process. Life itself teaches us. Every experience can offer us a lesson. The people around us and those who come into our lives can all teach us and guide us. They can give us insight into who we are, who they are, and our relationships within society, nature, and our immediate environments. Education serves to help the individual develop an understanding of life and to comprehend it. It helps to maintain a sense of freedom and purpose. It helps us to maintain whether a situation is right or wrong for us and provides us with other options. It also helps us to see that there can be long-term ramification, rewards, and consequences to our actions. We learn of our history. We learn of our possible future. We learn about our nature and the world. We learn about ourselves as a race. We learn about the universe in which we dwell. The knowledge we receive via an education empowers us. And the more we know, the more we can accomplish. Education helps us to use our minds and our senses to our benefit. It protects us from being fooled, manipulated, and deceived. And it also gives us the means to follow our dreams. The more we learn, the more we can comprehend, and the easier it becomes to communicate and express ourselves. But to become both learned and educated takes time and a willingness to commit oneself to a lengthy process of study and evaluation of the information we have gathered. We must observe and listen, study, absorb, and then be tested to see if we comprehend what we have learned. And then observe more and listen more, study, absorb, and be tested once again. This process does not stop even when we leave the classroom. Life is our classroom, and it is by living life that our passions and talents and the opportunity to seek to increase our knowledge is in a manner that can transform those passions and talents into genuine skill will be revealed. The Three of Air reminds us to move through life with the intention of learning from life, from our experiences, from the people around us, and from the world around us. To accomplish this, we can ask questions about everything and of everyone with whom we come in contact. We can seek out our elders and those who have different customs, because one will teach us of traditions and of a history that is not discussed in books, and the other will expose us to ideas and beliefs that are different to our own. Both in turn can provide us with the contrast and depth that will enable us to perceive the world from multiple perspectives. Listen to their story. Allow them to teach you their trade of their history and culture. Learn from them and their lives, and you might discover they have given you the means to improve your own life. When we have the desire to learn and to nurture our talents, while patience will stand us in good stead. I'm going to read this part again. When we have the desire to learn and to nurture our talents, while patience will stand us in good stead, a desire for instant gratification will likely hinder us. It takes a true willingness to commit oneself to study and learning. To learn something and learn it well requires dedication, commitment, and time. Sometimes it takes a lifetime, and sometimes the lessons offered will repeat and repeat and repeat until you can perform a task as naturally and with as little thought as breathing. It is important to remember that sometimes learning cannot be rushed and that practice will give way to ease and confidence. Repeated lessons and practice make it easier for us to understand, to comprehend. Comprehension is the ability to understand the lessons we have learned, and sometimes to do so requires both effort and willingness in the form of time and an open mind. Sometimes it requires learning certain lessons several times until we become familiar, while other times our comprehension can only be increased by exposing ourselves to new experiences, places, and people, to strange and the unfamiliar. The more you educate yourself, the more you know and understand, the easier it becomes to step outside of yourself and see the world and your experiences for what they truly are. In doing so, it becomes easier to find your place, purpose, or direction to fulfill your goals and to lead a productive life. The three of air will appear to you when there is a need to expand your mind by educating yourself in order to improve and grow. The three of air also cautions us against wearing our ignorance like a badge of honor. Choosing to willfully close yourself off to learning is nothing to be proud of, nor is the choice to speak from an uneducated perspective. There's a difference between having an opinion based on your idea of what is wrong and right and having an educated opinion founded in fact. Don't risk making a fool of yourself by declaring yourself knowledgeable if your knowledge and experience are limited. Show that even if you lack in knowledge and understanding, you are wise. Admit your ignorance and open yourself up to the opportunity to learn. If someone has a vaster understanding than your own, then learn from them and grow. Take a deep breath in and release. It is no surprise this card, how lengthy the message is, because it is the air, the three of air. Air represents the mind, the intellect. Remember, I was talking about Mercury is the same thing. That's the air element right there. And I really see a reprogramming happening this week for us, helping us to release whatever it is that is ready to go and help us to embrace what wants to come through and what we need to, what are some new things, new tools, new techniques that we need to learn in order to move in the direction that we want to move in. So you are in great hands this week. You are in great hands. Kare meki ashoro moeti atatara soro koriakia, anchoring the wisdom of the card and as well as the codes from the light language on every level of your being, beloved. Again, if you're interested in receiving your own unique light prescription to support you on your journey, go ahead and find the link and say yes to the offer. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click that button and subscribe. And also share this episode too, with people that you love, people that you know might really find it useful or might support them. Share it with people. I want to thank you in advance for doing that, for supporting my work. I love doing what I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my loves, from my heart to yours. Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.